Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. George here with the Art of Water. So today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Shiruba XB-303, which is a small canister filter. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about this filter and a couple of things you might want to know about it. It's an all-in-one filter. It is a three-stage. It does have your sponge, your ceramic, and your carbon. So you've pretty much got everything covered with this filter here. Now, one of the things that you need to know about this filter is this really is not going to power anything bigger than probably, I would suggest, not more than a 40-gallon tank. I wouldn't even push it that far, to be honest with you. I would say no more than a 30-gallon tank. It says that it's rated up to 40 gallons, but I just wouldn't trust it. It's a new product. I've never tried it before. It was sent to me, and I told them that I would review it and sort of see how I felt about it. I've got a couple of little projects coming up that I thought this might work good for, and so we're going to do an unboxing here of this product, and we're going to get to it right here in a minute here. Hey everyone, welcome back, and we're going to get to the unboxing of this Shiruba XB-303 that we talked about. This is a three-stage canister filter. Now it does come as a two-stage with the ability to make it a three-stage if you want to, and we'll get into that a little bit more as we do the unboxing. Now, the rating on this small canister filter is for up to a 40-gallon tank. Now, what I would tell you before I unbox it and I tell you anything more about it, I would not use it for 40 gallons. I do not think it's sufficient for 40 gallons. What I would recommend is using it for any tank between 15 and 30 gallons, and it'll be very efficient for that. If you try to use it for anything more than that, I just don't know if it's going to do the job, and I personally would not recommend it. Now, I do have another one of these that I am using. I've been really happy with it. It's a very quiet product. It's a very efficient product as far as the amount of flow that comes out of this thing is incredibly good for the size of canister it is. As you can see, this is a very small canister, and I was really surprised when I first started using one of these at how good it actually is and what kind of a job that it does. Now, we're going to go ahead and unbox this. Basically, what you have here, of course, is your instructions here. It's a full set of instructions. It tells you basically how to put this thing together, all-in-one power filter. And it does give you a few warnings that I want to go over with you on this. Number one, do not use this filter before you put water in it. Until you put water in it, if you turn this thing on, you're going to burn it up, or you stand a good chance of burning it. I don't want to say for sure that it'll burn up, but you got a high probability that you're going to damage it in some way. So I recommend that you read the instructions on this as much as you possibly can. And maybe read them over a couple of times just to make sure you fully understand what you're dealing with here. So, as I said, a full set of instructions here tells you all the different ways that this can be set up. And as I said, it is a three-stage filter. It comes as a two-stage filter. Now, there's a little bit of deception on the box here because they show the sponge up the top and the ceramic at the bottom. The box, however, when it comes, and I'll show you, I'm going to set this off to the side here. When you unbox this, first thing you got here is your parts that come with it. I'm going to set these right up here. You have some hose that comes with it. Set that down here. And then we have the canister itself. I'm going to set this box up here off to the side. There's another part in there. Anyways, we'll get to what these are in a second here. There are two of these, and there's a reason for these. They do have a purpose, and we'll get to that in a minute. But we're going to unbox this and get it out of its package here and kind of go over what we have here. So this is what the canister looks like here. As you can see, it's very compact. There's not a lot to it, but it's a very high quality product for the price that you're paying for it. And very versatile. Like I said, I would use this with anything from a 15 to a 30. It's rated for a 40 gallon, but I don't recommend doing that. I recommend that you try to stay within 15 to 30 gallons and don't go over that, because I just think that it's just not going to perform to your expectations by doing that. So you have on the top here, just like you do on most canister filters, you have your connections. Sorry about that. You have your connection tubing here, which goes on the top here. And of course, these things screw upwards and tighten down. You want to tighten them until you feel any resistance. Now, this is your intake, this is your outtake. This is your intake, this is your output. Apologize for that. Anyways, so you want to put your hoses on. Basically, they're real easy to do. You just get them on there, and you may have to trim these up a little bit. They may be too big for what you're doing, depending on how you're using it. Like I said, this works in a couple of different ways. You want to tighten these down until you start to feel that resistance. Once you feel that resistance, there's nothing going to come off on here. So I'm going to take these back off because we're going to be taking this thing apart. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to put these hoses on here and take them off. They're really easy to take off, remove, and clean, because you're going to have to do that periodically. So this particular system here has, like I said, a two-stage system with the possibility of having a three-stage system. They use sponge, they use ceramic, and then they also have a spot in the top here where you can put a small amount of carbon material in here if that's what you want to do. Now, most of the filtration systems that I'm seeing these days, whether they be canister or otherwise, they are using less and less carbon and more sponge and ceramic only. And to be honest with you, they do a darn good job. If you want to look at this tank right here, this is a 20-gallon cube, and there really is no need for the carbon in here. In fact, I've thought about removing it, but I have two of these, and I have one running with carbon in it and one with just sponge and the ceramic, and they're both equally as clear as water. And testing the water, I find no differences really in the water quality. So getting back to this guy, this is a small system, very compact, very well made. Your cord is off the back here. This is designed to either be a stand-up system like this, where it just sits next to your tank and your tubes come off here and go down into your tank, the intake and the output. And or you have the option of these guys right here, and I'm going to show you how this works. Basically, if you want to hang this on the side of your tank, there's two different levels here of height on this. I'm going to put it on the one that's the shortest. You just snap that on and just pull up on it. Kind of hard to handle here, but pull up on it. Once it locks into place, you can feel it locking in, and it's not going to go anywhere. And then the same thing with the other side. You're going to do the same thing on that. You're going to put it on here. You're going to get the thing to snap in there, and then pull up on this one as well. It's a little bit hard to do with one hand. Sorry about that. But having a little bit of a hard time with that. I don't know why. There you go. So once you've done that and these snapped on here, they're going to hold on to the side of your tank like this. You're going to sit right up on the lip of the tank. I think that's pretty ugly. I wouldn't do that. but you can. If you have to do it, you can do it. They also have some rubber bumpers that go right here, so it does stop the vibration of the tank getting any kind of vibration of the motor from this against the glass. So these little rubber bumpers that stick on here will prevent that from happening. These just snap right back off. They're really not something you have to use. Like I said, this is designed to be a standalone filter, and that's how I basically use it. I do not use it to hang off the side of the tank. Pretty cool option if you have to have that situation to be using it. It's a nice thing to have. Now, your flow on the top is regulated by this little guy right here. You can turn this thing up or down. You can close it all the way. You can open it all the way. When you open it all the way, you're really going to get a lot of flow out of this thing. It really, for the size of this guy, it puts out a tremendous amount of flow. So what we're going to do next here is we're going to take this guy apart and take a look at the guts of this thing, and we're going to do that in just a minute here. So welcome back, everybody. So we're talking about this Shiruba XB-303 canister filter. It's an all-in-one power filter. Like I said, it can be a 2 or 3 stage system. So what we're basically going to do now is we're going to take this thing apart and kind of look at what we've got internally in this thing. And you have a little bit of a clip right here on this one side. The same thing on the other side here. You would unclip it there. Be gentle with it. These clips are plastic. They can break. I'm not saying that they will. They're not made cheaply, but they can break. Now you'll notice on this side here, there's a little clip here. Pull it up there. Turn it around. And you'll find that on this side you have the same thing. At this point here, the system is made and designed to just lift off here, and that lifted off nice and easy. As you're going to see in here, all of the guts to this thing are pretty much right here. Everything that you need to know about this filter's pump and everything, anything you need to clean or whatever. I wouldn't play around with this a whole lot because I don't know how easy it would be to damage it, but it does have a really nice rubber gasket that goes around the edge here with a nice little lip on here that seals very nicely. Now obviously this is your in, and this is your out over here, and this regulates your flow. So you are really looking at pretty much the whole motor of this thing, which is really compact. It doesn't really have a lot to it. So we're going to set that off to the side there, and we're going to look at the inside here. Now, as I pull this out of here, you're going to see that this is a 2-stage system. You have your sponge at the bottom, and you have your ceramic in the center. These things are extremely dirty, as you can see. There's a lot of dust and dirt inside here, and what I would recommend is giving this thing a thorough washing before you use it. And what I mean by that is not with soap and water, because we never want to use soap and water or any kind of detergents or disinfectants or cleaners or anything like that on any of this stuff. That's very dangerous to your fish. But you want to rinse all of this down as best you can. Now these do come apart right here. I'm not going to pull this apart right now, but the bottom part comes off here where your sponge is. Rinse that sponge out really well, and rinse your ceramic out equally as well, to make sure that you're not getting a lot of extra debris and stuff in there that you don't want in there. Now, this third little area I told you that you can put some ceramic in is right here. You can put not ceramic, I mean charcoal. You can put a small little bag of charcoal right here. Now, I was saying earlier you don't need charcoal. I'm finding that these days most of these canister filters, or most filters in general, are pretty much just using sponge and ceramic. I personally don't use the charcoal in the other one that I have. You can if you want to, but it is truly not necessary to do that. So it's really easy to clean this thing. Like I said, it just slips right back in here, and any type of maintenance that you might want to do on this thing is just going to be easily done just by pulling this thing out of here, taking these two things apart, cleaning them up real good, and then putting them back. Now, whenever you're doing that, just like on any canister filter or any filter, what I do recommend is using a product that helps build your biological bacteria, your good biological bacteria back up again. And the best product for that is Seachem's Stability is what I use, but you can use whatever product you want to do that, but I recommend doing that for a few days afterwards just to get your system back up to full speed on making sure that that biosystem is back to full strength and full capacity. So basically what you got here is, like I said, this just goes right back on here. Real easy to put it back together. It just sits in there real easy, and the seal is really incredible on this thing. You know, when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be kind of cheap and whatever, but when you feel this and you get a sense of what it sounds like when it turns on, it's really, really quiet. It really is. So the first thing you want to do is snap these down on both sides. They snap real easy. Then you want to snap this one down and this one here in the back, just to make sure that you've got that really good seal there. Now, we're going to talk about some of the ways that this can be used, the configurations and that sort of thing, and we'll do that in just a minute here when we come back. Hey everybody, welcome back. So yesterday, as I was filming the majority of this video here, I came back to sort of do a summation and a little bit of follow-up on the unboxing of this product right here, and my camera went dead. So unfortunately, as you can see, it's been about 24 hours since I started this video, but that's okay. What we were going to talk about is the different configurations that you can do with this canister filter. Like I said, I really think that this product is exceptional for the size of it, for the amount of money that you pay for it. I really am impressed with just about every aspect of it. Now, like I said in my earlier part of this video, I recommend, this says it can go up to 40 gallons. I do not recommend doing that. Again, I would say anything between 15 and 30 gallons would be the maximum that I would use this for. So having said that, you know, if you want to use it on a 40 gallon, based on what the warranty is and the instructions here, you know, that's up to you, but it's just my recommendation personally, since I'm already using one of these and I know a little bit about the strain that it puts on this unit when you get to about 40 gallons. I just wouldn't use it for that purpose. So now the other thing I wanted to talk about is the different configurations that you can do here. Now most canisters and most filters, ceramic is on the bottom, sponge or carbon comes next, or you can interchange those or whatever. I don't know why the canister, when I opened it up, had those the other way around. Like I said, the one that I unboxed before and that I am using in the other part of the house here on another tank did not have it that way. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I would read the instructions and follow the instructions in there. If you look at the instructions show that the ceramic is at the bottom and the sponge is on top of that. That's the normal thing that I've always seen, so I would be inclined to do it that way just to make sure that you're not voiding your warranty for some reason because you got it backwards or whatever. I don't really think it makes that much difference. I think the filtration coming through there either way is going to work sufficiently for you, and I just wouldn't worry too much about it. But I did also mention on the top part of that tray that you pull out of there, There is a spot for some carbon material, charcoal materials. I do recommend that you find a good product if you're going to do that. It's got a little sack that you can just get in there. You don't need a very big one. It just is going to add to that filtration if you need it. I don't think you need it. Like I said in the earlier part of this video yesterday when we started this, I really believe that the sponge and the ceramic is becoming so popular together that third element of charcoal is really not necessary. If you think it is, you do have a spot in here for that, and obviously you can find some products to put in there and find a way to do that. Even if you want to buy a canister of carbon and ceramic mix, which is a nice thing, charcoal and ceramic mix, excuse me, you can take an old nylon and just cut it off and tie it up and set it in there, and it'll work great. It really will. Make sure you rinse all that stuff off though before you do anything like that. Again, with this one here, I am really happy with this product. I'm very excited to share it with you because for $69.99 all the way up to about $85, I've seen it online for. I've seen it in some stores for about that price as well. This is a really efficient system for a canister system, and it does have some real flexibility. Like I showed you yesterday, you can hang this off the side of a tank, off the back side, without impeding on anything inside the tank. And if you've got a dark background or whatever, you don't even see it. Or use it the way I do, as just a stand-up canister that sits right next to the tank that you're going to be setting it up on. And I think that's the best way to do it. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for sitting with me today, and I'm doing an unboxing of this product. And I hope you'll hit the like button there. I hope you'll subscribe, and please leave comments. I love the comments. I love talking to people about the different things and their experiences, maybe with this product or any other comments that you want to make regarding this or any other video that I've made previous to this. I'm always glad to get those comments, and I like to hear them, and I like to answer them and interact with people on that. So hit the like, subscribe, and make sure you comment and share it with your friends as well. Trying to get my subscriptions up on this channel. We're getting there. When we reach a certain level, I've got some sponsorships that are coming up here that I think are really exciting, are going to really help this channel come along a lot further, and I'm real excited about that happening. So also looking at some merch here. I don't have a concern about budget on that right now because it's my own money. I'm not worried about anybody sponsoring me for that, but I'm thinking about doing some merch, maybe some t-shirts just with my logo up here at the top, something very simple, hats, same thing, and whatever else we can think of, maybe some coffee mugs or whatever. Just a few things that we might be coming up with here shortly that are going to give you the ability to have something I think is going to be nice look. And when I do something, I do it quality, and I make sure that that is going to look absolutely phenomenal and is going to look good on you, or if you want to give it away as a gift or whatever. I got some great ideas for the coffee mugs. I got some great ideas for the t-shirts, the button-up shirts, the hats, all this stuff I've been looking into. So think of that as a possibility of giving out as a gift or whatever to a friend that's maybe in the aquarium hobby, and also for yourself, obviously. But I'm real excited about that, and I think you're going to really find that these are going to be some pretty cool looking products. Everything will be in black. I'm just that kind of person. I like things in black, and I like the logo on it, so there won't be any options in colors other than the hats. The hats will obviously have some different color combinations, but the t-shirts I'm going to stick with just some long sleeve, short sleeve t-shirts and some button-up shirts, and just simply a black color because I just think it looks so good and so classy together. Anyways, thank you guys again. I hope you'll join me on my next video coming out really soon, and we'll talk to you again then.